Alright, here's a nice cluster of ringless honey mushrooms here, and I want to get some photographs of them. And what I would normally do up until recently is, you know, you take your tripod, right, and you reverse the column so it's upside down. It's coming up through this way rather than being on top, and my ball head and everything else is down here, right? And I've got my camera mounted to the ball head, but it's upside down, right? We got which creates some problems. First of all, everything is upside down and backwards. Yeah, you can use your, you know, for those that have the ability, you can use your screen to activate a lot of the functions for your camera using the back screen and all that. So that kind of takes part of the problem out of the equation sometimes, at least how we used to have to deal with it back in the early days of digital, as well as back in the film days as well. But anyway, in order to, first of all, you have to turn it up this way, right, and turn the camera on, get the camera on, and then I got to adjust my shot, get it all set up. We all know a tripod just, you know, helps, you know, keep things steady for one thing. It also frees your hands up to do other things if you need to. For example, maybe I want to put a diffuser over these mushrooms to you know, even out the light a little bit. So up until recently, this is the way I've done it, and I know it's the way a lot of photographers do it, and the way a lot of photographers still do it. Sure, there are modern cameras out there today that allow you to handhold and all that, but if I really want to get down low, I got to hold the camera. Either I have to lay on my belly and, you know, and aim that way, or I can use my screen and get the camera down and do that. But the problem with that is, you know, a lot of times, you know, with it being uneven, you know, the ground being uneven, you never know if you're going to, you know, situation's going to allow you to get something that's perfectly steady. Plus, once again, now you're using both hands to do that, and you know, your hands are no longer free to do other things if you need to. So, but like I said, until recently, that's the way I've done it, and I know, like I said, a lot of other photographers have too. So I want to show you something that I found recently, fairly recently anyway, that really makes this type of setup a lot easier. So let me show you that now. Okay, here it is. It's a cage actually that attaches to your camera. It's made by SmallRig, and what it does is it allows you, well, among other things, but for my purposes here, it allows you to put your tripod mount with your, you know, I've got my Arca-Swiss attachment here, right, and this will attach right to the ball head, and that way when I attach it, now everything's upright. Okay, the camera is upright. Okay, so then now everything is oriented correctly, and it makes things a lot easier. Plus, it does allow you to get, you know, the camera a little lower to the ground as well, as opposed to being inverted. It only can go so far, right? But this way, we can actually, you know, I don't know, you might get about that much more, but that can make the big difference in the, you know, the composition of your photograph. So this basically just, it gets mounted to the tripod head and allows you to shoot like you normally would if you're hand holding. It's kind of a great invention, at least in my mind. It's been around for a while. I think a lot of people who shoot video use it or use something similar. Anyway, like I said, cage by SmallRig, and it's made things a lot easier for me. it just makes everything easier, at least for me. And I'm sure a lot of people out there, it'll be easier for you as well. So hope you like it, hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if you've got any questions or any better ideas. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.